God of Highschool instantly became one of my favorite animes to watch and look forward to every week. The scene that made me want to invest in this story was that of the bike chase in episode 1, where God of Highschool showed its range from jaw-dropping animations all the way to well-placed humor throughout the scene. But even with the jaw-dropping qualities it had with the bike chase, it isn't what I'll be talking about. I'm talking about the most electrifying scene in this entire show. Let's start exactly at 11 minutes and 48 seconds of episode 10. Nox has released their secret weapon. I'm gonna call it the Sword of God. Immediately, as an audience, we feel fear and anxiety because we know what that weapon is capable of. It went head to head against the great tiger Jin Taejin and won. At least that's how it's being presented.
我々が確認したところ、この血痕がジン・テジンのものだと分かりました。
以降彼は行方不明。出血量の状況から見て、生きている可能性は限りなく低い。
With the commercial break, we are shown where the true battle is taking place and would decide the fate of the entire tournament. But the next slide in the commercial break, little did we know, would steal the show. Next, the fight between Jin Mori and Park. As a viewer, we knew this fight would be special from the jump. Previously, they've had numerous encounters, notably the encounter in the park where they had their friendly bout. It almost seemed as they were evenly matched, but that wasn't the case. What interests me the most is the fact that Park Ilpo saved Jin Mori's life from Jaegao. In that moment, Mori felt helpless. He knew where he wasn't going to be enough to win the entire tournament.
全く動けなかった。
So for him to enter the match against Park and say it's going to be a good fight inspires me. But Park enters back with equal confidence, saying Jin cannot defeat him with his current fighting style. The battle begins between Jin Mori and Park Ilpo. What I liked the most about the fight initially is the animation. It was extremely simple, there was no exaggeration. Not there's anything wrong with that, but the simple animation lets the fight present itself to the audience authentically. With some important fights in God of Highschool, the fights start out evenly matched, trading blow for blow, then slowly but surely the skill difference starts to show as the fight progresses. After Park is basically dismantling Jin, he does something he's only done for his teammates before a battle begins.
昨日話した通り、最初の一撃で勝負は決まる。いいね。
But instead of telling Jin Mori what he should do, he tells him what he can't do well. At first you might be thinking this is harsh trash talking personally towards Jin Mori, but while we're playing checkers, Park Ilpo is playing 4D chess.
君の弱点その1、接近戦に弱い。
But like holy, he stopped the invincible triple kick in a single kick! Anywho, after Park Ilpo makes Jin Mori rethink his entire life, we're back to the battle behind the scenes between Mujin and Nox. Mujin is desperately trying. What the is that? I mean, a mysterious black figure comes out of the sky. Seeing as a sword was enough to take care of the great tiger, now it had the help of God. Both parties are now losing their respective battles, and all seems lost. Jin Mori struggles against Park until desperation sparks innovation.
こいつに勝つ方法を。月光拳法。無剣。
And then one becomes many.
みんな準備はいいか。
Now we hear the music for when the momentum of the battle changes. In a matter of moments, after being broken down by Park Ilpo, Jin Mori begins to conquer his weaknesses, but what makes it so extraordinary is the fact he uses the abilities that belong to Mira and Han. For a moment, I even called Jin Mori a copy ninja. Yo, how is he stealing people's moves? This freaking copy ninja 10! I absolutely love how Jin Mori and Ilpo both want to win the match, but they actually are conversing while in the midst of battle. It's not that they aren't taking it seriously, they're just so invested in this fight, they can't help but talk to each other. Next, we are introduced to one of the six, who has an interesting way of approaching battle with an entourage of people who play instruments. I'm not actually sure if the music they produce gives them a power boost or if it's just purely to hype him up because they love music that much. As we're watching my man literally yeeting spears and arrows and bullets into a vortex that combines the destructive power of different weapons into one concentrated beam of destruction. But where the goosebumps really happens is when Park starts to coach Jin Mori, and you can't hope to smile because he is keeping his promise to Jin's grandfather, which is to teach Jin if he ever sees him again.
君に一つお願いがあるんだ。もしどっかで会った時はいろいろと教えてやってくれないか。
As an audience, we aren't the only ones aware of this. Park's teammate Ryu comments on the fight.
あれじゃまるでイルペさん指導してるみたいだ。
As the music starts to get louder and really pick up the pace, everyone in the team seems to be following the escalated pace of the band. CEO starts to throw whatever weapon he has in his arsenal at the blade, and we get to see all 4 commissioners in action, cleaning the cult like it's nobody's business. Back to the battle inside the tournament, Jin and Park start to really display the respect they have for each other and their abilities. Instead of simply blocking each other's attacks, they start landing their attacks, but at the same time, this moment between the two sent sparks flying that captivated the entire stadium. It seemed like the battle inside the tournament and outside the tournament would last forever. However, the conclusion was sudden. Jin Mori figures out the solution for his third weakness and comes up with Jin Mori Original 3, Blue Dragon Tempest. Park retorts back with his own move, Keeyawn Hellfire Blade. The two would settle this in one single move. Them fading into white almost seemed like it showed how lost they got into their battle. Everything around them didn't exist. Beautifully, the pace shifts back to the outside of the tournament, where the performers are passionately shaking their heads while playing instruments. They're playing for their lives. Seo launches his final attack on the sword as he bites the sword. Everything is falling in place with the music, and before we even know, the battles were won at the same time, or so we thought.